Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video, I'm going to be showing off a really good roll on the Swift Verdict Trials of the 9 sidearm that is currently dropping from the Prophecy Dungeon in Season of the Lost. Ultimately, we'll try to answer the question everybody wants to know, and that's, is this weapon good in PvP? But before we dive into that discussion, let me just quickly say thank you to all of you who have been stopping by the live streams here on YouTube Gaming lately. I think this is where we're going to be calling home from now on when it comes to our live content. We've been having great viewership, big support on the streams, so thank you very, very much for hanging out. We stream Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Time to 2 p.m. Eastern Time generally, but we're flexible in those hours when reset hits or if it's a Trials Day on a Friday. I'll be streaming my Trials cards with Cathalion and friends live on Fridays. So that's what you can expect moving forward. Now, about the Swift Verdict. First off, if you want to get this weapon for yourself, you'll need to run the Prophecy Dungeon, specifically the Spinning Room encounter, right? The Funhouse encounter. I really like that encounter. As far as I know, it can only drop from there and the hidden chests after you've collected it from that encounter. This sidearm is a little different from most popular sidearms because most people are not using 260 RPM precision frame sidearms. This archetype does not get very much love in either PvP or PvE. The majority of players gravitate towards the lightweight frames and the adaptive frame sidearms. The last time I think a 260 RPM sidearm got like any kind of love in PvP was probably the Enigma's Draw when it came back into the world pool, the world drop pool, right? Several seasons ago, and some sidearm enthusiasts were picking it up at the time and kind of liking using it, but it quickly phased out of popularity, I think simply because precision frames tend to struggle in high-octane, fast-paced situations, which you tend to get a lot of in PvP, right? But that being said, I was pleasantly surprised by the Swift Verdict. Would I rate it among the top 3 sidearms for PvP? No. If I'm being honest, no. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't use it. It is still pretty good. It can definitely hang in 6s. It hits hard, has a really good dueling range. That's one of the pros on it, right? The dueling range. I recommend at least giving it a fair shot if you've got a decent roll. While it may not be the most meta weapon in the game, it's still pretty solid, and the gameplay in this video, I think, speaks to that point. But let me break down my roll for you. This Swift Verdict you're seeing in the video came with Zen Moment, which is an S tier perk for anything that tends to fire pretty quickly. Slide Shot, which reloads 2 rounds into the mag, or 3 if you have a backup mag mod on, while also boosting the range and stability after a slide. It has high caliber rounds or flare to magwell, and then a control SAS optic. The masterwork is a reload masterwork. I think that's actually really helpful because this thing does not reload very quickly in the middle of a duel. At first I was a little put off by the reload masterwork. I was like, well, if I have slide shot, why do I need that? But then, like I said, slide shot only refunds 2 bullets. So I ended up dropping high caliber rounds in favor of flare to magwell, even though I have slide shot on it. So I would use slide shot just to get a couple of rounds here and there when I needed them. You know, if there were multiple people around, I didn't want to queue up a reload and get caught with my pants down in the middle of an animation. But then I would queue up the full reload whenever I was done with combat, out of combat, no red on the radar, and I had time. This roll lands me at 57 range, 60 stability, which then gets bumped up by both Zen Moment and Slide Shot. It has 52 handling, but you have enhanced sidearm handling this season on the season's artifact as a mod. So that's a great option if you want to run a sidearm that doesn't have the greatest handling. You can just offset that right there for pretty cheap in your build. It's got 55 reload and an absolutely maniacal 90 aim assist. The recoil direction is perfectly vertical as well. So in other words, this gun is very accurate and easy to handle. Your shots go where you're pointing, and it's not unwieldy when you're firing at full, at your high rate of fire, at maximum rate. Since it goes in the energy slot, I found, you know, a good high impact pulse rifle like the Messenger or the No Time to Explain works really well with it. Otherwise, I'm a sucker for a good sniper sidearm combo. The only problem is that my favorite snipers right now in the game are all in the energy slot. So there aren't a lot of kinetic snipers right now that I love. Eye of Soul is a fan favorite. ISOL has never felt good to me, even though most people adore that sniper, and I've got absolute god roll ISOL adepts, but it just feels off to me. I can't quantify it, I can't qualify it, I can't tell you why. It just doesn't feel good to me, and I'm not sure why, so I don't use it. I used a Bite of the Fox and Izanagi's Burden with it, and I had a pretty good time though. After a couple of good sessions with this weapon, I feel like it would be fair to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 against other mainstream snipers in the game right now at a solid 6. It's better than average, has great range, hits hard, especially with perks that bump up your damage like high energy fire or surprise attack. It's going to cut your TTK down significantly when you only need to land 3 bullets on something that fires slowly, right? But otherwise, I think there are a number of other sidearms that would consistently be better options in a fast-paced environment like PvP. But what do you think? How would you score this thing on a scale of 1 to 10 against other sidearms if you have it? I appreciate you for watching the video. Feel free to drop a like, only if you enjoyed it. Also, feel free to make suggestions about what weapons you would like me to cover in the comments section moving forward as we look to future content for the week. We've been ramping up our video uploads. We're shooting for having at least 1 upload every weekday, so it's up to 5 videos a week, which is a dramatic increase from what we were doing when I was streaming full-time for Facebook. I just didn't have as much time to devote some of my work hours to editing and uploading videos, so that's why for the past 2 years it's been a little bit slower on the upload side, but we are back in full swing now as we are calling YouTube currently our permanent home. So thanks so much for engaging with our live content or the uploaded content. Really appreciate the support. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.